was a great shot there, Troy. Looks like you just missed it a little bit on the front side, right? So usually when we miss it on the front side, what happens is we sway a little bit too far off the ball. So when we're going to the right, then we got to go to the left. We need to stay very centered so we can make a good turn, okay? I've got a little training aid here, the Feel Right, and this training aid is going to allow us to get the feel for loading up properly and eliminate some of that slide, okay? Go ahead and address the ball there. And once you get into your position here, we're going to turn your foot in a little bit and put this Feel Right. And notice how cushiony it is, right? So it's not like just having some golf balls there that's going to really hurt your ankles. Nice soft construction, that'll help you get that feel. Now when you make your backswing, because it's the way that the Feel Right is angled, we can't slide. And so because you can't slide, that's going to allow you to make a good turn. And by making a good turn, that's going to eliminate any of that sliding. Usually the sliding is we're looking for some power. So let's hit a shot here with Feel Right and see if you can't get the feel for loading up properly there. That was solid. And you can just hear the difference between those two shots of how that was caught flush more on that, okay? Now that front one, so this is certainly a good one to work on loading up, making sure you make a good turn, okay? And by also loading up and making a good turn, go ahead and get set up here. Get set up there, making that backswing. Go ahead and take it to the top here. You're not sliding, you're loading up, okay? Because if you're not loaded up and you're not sliding, okay, more than likely you're going to try to come up with some power and come out to in. And out to in is the path it's never land. The ball is going to fade and it's going to slice, and we don't want that. What we want is we want it to come from the inside. And go ahead and address the ball again. As you make your backswing, because you can't slide, okay, the only thing you've got left is to load up that side and make a good turn. And you'll notice how when you come back down on the downswing, you're going to catch that more from the inside path. And the inside path is the most powerful path to hit any kind of ball. Just think about like field goal kickers. They don't kick right there down the center. They're actually off to the side, and so they want to catch it from the inside. And so with Feel Right, this is going to give you the feel of what it comes from the inside. Let's hit another shot and see if this ball does a beautiful little draw like that last shot. That's it. And you can see how that ball is moving to the left. That's going to give you a lot more distance and run, especially off the tee, okay? So we're going to eliminate any fat, thin shots, the path that comes out to in, okay? But let's address that very first shot where you caught it a little bit thin, okay? Go ahead and address the ball here, and I'm going to place the Feel Right on your left side and have you turn this in. And if we put it right here on the left side, okay, and go ahead and make a swing. You notice how you couldn't catch that one too thin because you can't go forward, okay? So just like the backswing, we can't sway going back, and on the front swing, we can't get too far in front of the ball. We got to get right back to the ball and get ourselves to cover that ball. And look at how flush you caught that, okay? So whether you're working on something where if you're swaying forward or swaying back, by having it either on the right foot or the left foot, you can work and utilize it both ways, okay? Let's address another problem here that we can use with Feel Right. Go ahead and address a ball there, okay? The most common problem that I see after they cut across the golf ball and come out to in, okay, they try to hit a straight shot and they're going to cut this way, and you can see how this elbow comes out, okay? We call this the flying elbow, and we don't want that elbow to fly. We want it to sit right here so you can turn right on through the shot. But to give you that feel, I'm going to stick this right under your left arm, okay, and have you make a couple of practice swings. Go ahead and swing through. And you can notice if you're holding that, the only place you can go ahead and go to the finish. You'll notice how you've made a full turn through, okay, because you didn't let this fly out, okay? And by allowing you to hold this, you can see how that club face and the toe goes back up, allows you to release proper, and you're going to get just a lot more distance, okay? The other side now, we obviously use it on the left and right by the foot. If we use it on the right side under this armpit here, as you take it back, You won't get this elbow too far away, and so this forces you to make a good turn as you take your backswing, okay? So now we're working on the backswing of coiling up properly, all right? Now on the front swing, as you go through, you're gonna let go of that, okay? So go ahead and swing through and let that drop. There you go, and you got to a great finish there. But what allows all that is to properly coil, properly turn, and then certainly all of that ends up becoming a result of that. Okay, so you're not trying, you're not thinking, you're just putting these products on, and it just feels right. And you know, I have so many students that come to me and say, what's it feel like to load up properly? What's it feel like to make a good turn or to come from the inside? And with this training aid, this gives you all that feel, okay? So let's have you try one more there with the right side, because this is the biggest problem, I think, that needs to be addressed, whether you're a touring professional, an amateur golfer, or just a beginning golfer. Because if you worked on these habits over the years, you're certainly not going to get any better. So if you're a beginning golfer, this is a great way to get the feel now, so you're not ingraining a lot of bad habits. Actually, you're ingraining great habits that's going to carry you into your golf career, okay? So let's go ahead and get into your address position. I'll just place one here. There, you're all set. Hit another great shot. Beautiful. You can hear the difference between those two shots. All right, so by utilizing in different ways, there's a lot of combinations here we can use it. We can use it on the right side, we can use it on the left side. We can work on the left arm, the right arm, you know. There's a golfer that just beats golf balls all the time. I'm sure you know who he is, Vijay Singh. He uses a golf glove underneath, and certainly that glove is helpful, but it's too skinny, okay? By having the feel right, you can see how thick it is and how cushiony it is, that you can hold that and it's really comfortable and get a good feel for that, okay? So I think for you, in your case, you know, you're a 2-handicap golfer. You already hit the ball well, but it's real easy. Every golfer can slide just a little bit and throw the whole golf swing into a monkey wrench. So if we can load up properly, the chances of you hitting those shots more often, it's certainly going to be increased. All right? All right.